was just what I thought the tape would show, a very tough, gritty, physical game. Stanford played really, really hard. Did some things on both sides of the ball that created some challenges and some conflict for us, and it's good to see us get better throughout the course of the game. Get some things that I think will really help us continue to improve and get better. As we're quarter of the way into the season now, 4 games, but a lot of good stuff. Special teams, we've been really pleased with the consistency there. All areas we're doing some really positive things, and that continued to be the case in the game. Defensively, to me, it's all about the second half, and then we really shut them down in the second half. Did a lot of good stuff. Very disappointed in how we played the first half, and give them some credit for that with some of the schematic things that they did. But red zone defense was awesome the whole game. Great. We've got 3 games in a row now that we've been turning the opponent over, and then some huge stops on 4th down. 2 of those on 4th and 1. The quarterback is a very good player. Got him on the ground 4 times, really again played really, really well in the second half, and had 5 3-and-outs. Too many big plays that aren't competitive plays, where we got to do some things fundamentally and discipline-wise, better. Leveraging the ball, being outside the end. There was some triple option football type stuff that will be good lessons for us, with our guys, and a couple bad times with some bad eyes. But we, again, really, I love how we responded to the challenge of the game. And then offensively, after I watched the tape, we actually played a little better than I felt like on the field. But still, probably of the last 3 games, definitely the worst of those 3 from just an overall precision standpoint. But a lot of good things. 17 yards of completion. That's just speaks to the explosiveness that we've had, and good to see again a lot of guys make big plays. They really they're third in the nation in rush defense, and really are kind of challenging there. So for us to be able to rush for 5 yards a carry and mop for 5.8, I was pleased with some of the adjustments we made throughout the game to get a few things going. But we left a lot out there. There was more there. Some missed opportunities, some drops. We gave up our first sack with the OL. We got us on a 3-man twist there. But just overall, not as crisp and precise as we've been. But again, 40 points in a row, 3 games in a row. Just really doing some good stuff that we can continue to build on. And so a lot of good, also some bad that we can continue to teach from, and keep growing this football team. Really, again, another great win at home, and as I said yesterday, time to go on the road now and see if we can create some momentum on the road. Injury-wise, we came through the game pretty good. Got, as always, every game got some guys banged up, but nobody that anticipate being out, from the game that wasn't already out. Any questions?
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor. You think that was Barrett Carter's best game this season?
Man, he's played well all year, but he was everywhere, especially in that second half. A career high, I think 3.5 tackles for loss, had the sack. Just some extra effort plays that doesn't always show up on the stat line. But I think he's played well all year, but I think he's just getting better and better. And that was definitely a great game for him.
Hey, Dabo, this is Grayson Mann with CUTigers.com. You praised TJ Moore pretty highly last night. Just what did the film show you today about just how he continues to grow as a receiver?
Yeah, I mean, he looked like a freshman, from a technical standpoint, just some things that he's got to work on. He had some missed opportunity and just got to, he's got to use all the tools that he's equipped with and that we coach him with. And I thought, as he got into the game, he kind of reverted back. His first, game where he started and had that many plays, I felt like he kind of reverted back to just some stuff that he could get away with high school. And so just want him to continue to take another step from a technical, fundamental standpoint. And that's what we're here for. And so it's good to get it on tape and a lot we can coach off of that will be good. But, made a big third down play, drew a couple PIs, and then again, a missed opportunity that we need to finish on. But there's definitely a lot of room for improvement for him.
Dabo, this is Larry. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cade's run, his touchdown run, I believe that came against man coverage. As this keeps up, how much do you think maybe defenses will be dissuaded from playing man just based on the fact that he can hurt you when heads are turned downfield like he did last night?
Yeah, and again, it's something he just did not do much last year. There was a lot of opportunity. And that's just, again, one of the obvious signs of his improvement from being a first-year starter to where he is this year, and just growth. And again, not just now. You saw it in the latter part of the season. He improved in the last 5 games, and he's just carried that over. But his confidence has grown. He's really seeing the field well, and felt a little bit of a pressure there, and then he got outside the pocket to extend, and he extended the play to throw it, but then he, again, just great recognition and understanding of the coverage that he had, and man, he just took off, and that's a big play, and so he's just really gotten more and more confident. But anytime you have a guy who can really run in the open field, it challenges the defense even more. So I'm really happy for him and proud of him because that's been a huge after 4 games improvement in his game and something that we need. So I mean that's a couple games in a row now. He's averaging quite a bit. He was almost 7 yards a carry, and again another big play run touchdown. So it's something I think that has always been there, but it's just becoming more and more natural to him now, from an opportunity standpoint and a recognition standpoint.
Hey, Dabo. This is Darian Carter with the Greenville News. K completed 48% of his passes yesterday. I know there was a couple of drops last night too, but I'm just curious about how would you assess his accuracy from last night?
It was good. I mean, we had about 4 drops, at least 4, maybe 5, that we need to finish on. But he had the obviously the one high overthrow, and that was kind of a tempo play, and I think he just kind of let it speed him up too. And we had our guy open there, and he just floated it too high, and their kid made a good play, but. And then he had one other one he was very fortunate on. Their guy tipped it, and otherwise it probably would have been intercepted. So he had, and then he had a kind of one high throw to Wesco down in the red zone he can make that one. But other than that, he was really good. I mean, he made some big time throws. Really great throw to TJ Moore on the 3rd down. Made some really good 3rd down throws on the money. The one, little tight out cut to Antonio. He knifed up for the 1st down. So I mean, again, just not perfect, but he's playing at a high level. He's seeing it, and to me, his biggest mistake was not getting the 1st down. That's on that 3rd down. Otherwise we're 6 of 12 on 3rd down, and just that's something that he was really frustrated with. But he's throwing at a high level. If we catch 3 or 4 more of those balls, he's in a good spot for the game.
Hey, Dabo, it's Chapel with the state. Assuming by what you said in your injury rundown there, you got positive returns on Khalil and Antonio in terms of their statuses going forward?
Yeah. While you were up dancing at a wedding last night, we announced them as day-to-day. So they're day-to-day. Hope the wedding was great.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. One other one, just given you mentioned last night some of the struggles that people on the team face with the hurricane and Stanford with their flight delay, just kind of in your communications with officials, was there ever a point late in the week where you thought this game might get postponed or canceled, or did that never really come up, or you felt like
it never came up to me. I mean, maybe it did with the administration, I mean, nobody ever brought anything to me. It was just my job is get the team ready. So that's what we focused on, and if there was any of that going on, I didn't know about it.
Larry, again, I know you said last night that a big part of their success running the ball came on just the option stuff that your guys weren't really carrying out their assignments. But I'm curious if you could evaluate sort of just pure point of attack presence on the edge so far this season from your guys. I guess at end and
not good enough. It's not just end. I mean, it's not always. Sometimes your ends are spilling things to second level box players. So, but overall, we have not boxed the ball in like we need to consistently. We did a much better job in the second half than in the first half. I mean, we did not contain the football. Again, we're in position, but a couple times our ends they buried themselves. Other times we're spilling it, and our box player wasn't where he needed to be. It's across the board. And then, the one big run, which was just straight swap zone that they had early was we just had two D linemen in the same gap. So we could have drove a car through that hole. But that's what happens when you're not gap sound. So just when we all do our job, just like you saw in the red zone last night, the whole game, when everybody's playing their gap and playing backside, leveraging the ball from the outside in, people have to stop their feet, just like you saw in the reverse. What a great play that was. Good stuff happens. And but we just after 4 games, we're not. And again, we've got some young players too that are playing their way into becoming good players, and they just have to grow a little bit through the fire. But we've got to be better when it comes to leveraging the ball. When people can run around you, you don't make them have to stop your feet. It doesn't matter what kind of pursuit you have. So definitely an area that we've got to improve in.
Cape Hart snap count last night off the top of your head?
Cape Hart, he probably played, I don't know, I think all the D linemen probably played anywhere from 20 to 30 something snaps. Probably what they all played.
Okay, and that's about right for him.
Yeah, we're rolling 4 guys in there for the most part, primarily. All of them doing a good job, man. Really pleased. Peyton's playing well. Trey started the game, so he probably played more snaps because he started the game, and I'm really proud of him. He's really doing a good job. Kate did some good stuff, and it was good to get him back. He was out and really didn't get clear into practice until Wednesday. And then really proud of Steph Island Green, man. I'm seeing a lot of positive stuff on him. So we got those 4 guys are playing pretty consistent for us.
And Coach, it's Trevor again. Khalil Barnes made so many big plays at the end of last season, may have spoiled us a little bit. Is he about where you expected him to be his first year as a starter right now?
Yeah, he's playing great. He played really well. Had some nice tackles. A couple good plays on the ball. I'm really pleased with him grading at a high level for us. Graded 93%, and just tackling well. He had 1 missed tackle, but he's had 8 tackles. He and Nickens, I thought, both played really, really well in the game. So excited about where he's at and what he's doing.
Hey, Dabo, it's Chapel again. How would you describe your current relationship with DJ, and what's it going to be like to kind of see him on an opposite sideline this weekend in Tallahassee?
Well, my current relationship is you can't have a current relationship with otherwise you'd have tampering. You can't communicate with players at other places. So, but the way our relationship ended here was great. DJ I loved that kid. I enjoyed, him. He was 22-6 here as a starter. I know we didn't win them all, but he was 22-6, and 2 of those losses were on the road in double overtime, and could have gone either way. And we had a 1 pick six, 1 play loss against Georgia, and had a 1-point loss here at home. So, he's 4 plays away from being 26-2 instead of 22-6. So I mean, he did a lot of great things for us, and he's a graduate, and I'll always be thankful for that young man. I mean, he's one of the best young kids that I've ever worked with. Just enjoyed. There wasn't ever a day that I didn't enjoy being around DJ. So, but as far as relationship, it's not. You can't communicate. That's one of the unfortunate things, but it just is what it is. You can't communicate with players that are in other places because that opens you up for tampering and things like that. But be good to see him, and just again, he's a Clemson graduate. Gave everything he had when he was here for us, and won a lot of games here with us. So always thankful for him.
To follow up, I know you're probably just getting into the film, but any initial takeaways in kind of watching him and what he does in that scheme so far this year?
Well, they've just had a lot of missed opportunity. I'm sure Mike will tell you the same thing. There's been everything kind of can go on the quarterback, but certainly not all on him. They've had some tough games. They've had a couple tough, close losses, and again some missed opportunities with some drops and things like that. But he's we all know what he's capable of doing, and not just him. Florida State, this is a talented roster. This is they got some dudes over on that defense that it don't take long to turn the tape on. You see it, and so I'm just focused on us and trying to put a good plan together and see if we can continue to build some momentum here in our season.
Now, back to the tampering thing. I'm just out of curiosity. What's the line in communication or not communicating? I mean, you can talk to a player after a game on the field. That's okay, but you can't text them. I'm just curious for a window into that.
Yeah, that's been something that we've been that we've been told from our compliance people. That you just even with guys that maybe at other places it's just something you shouldn't do. Because again, that's it's kids can come and go and all that stuff, and there's just you don't want to ever get accused of tampering. So it's unfortunate. That's the way the rule is. Certainly a lot of tampering after games, though. That's for sure. I've had several people over the years, over the last couple of years, have brought that up to me where somebody's come over to them. I've had parents tell me that, bring something up post game, but that's just kind of the way it is. Way of the world right now, with kind of this, not a lot of barriers.
So, what's your protocol that you hold? You can still say hello to a player after a game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I ain't going over there saying, "Hey man, if you hate it there, come play for us." I don't do any of that stuff. I don't usually get to see many people after the game here. First of all, I get to see the coach. On the road, I try to congratulate players, but yeah, I don't get involved in any of that stuff. I think that's probably pretty obvious.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. What did you see on the blocked PAT? Did Nolan just kick that low?
Yeah, it's just low.
Gotcha.
Anybody else for Coach? right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay,
Thanks, Coach.
appreciate it.